Get fast, reliable internet for any budget. Now qualifying customers can get Xfinity Internet free through the Affordable Connectivity Program. That's right, free high-speed internet from Xfinity. And Internet Essentials customers can get equipment included at no extra cost. Get started today.
We change our minds every day. About 1 million things a day. This is no different. You can't be afraid to be wrong. You can't be afraid to say, you know what, I'm just going to rethink this thing. People are not dying getting the vaccine. I better rethink this thing. I'm going to go call my doctor and have a discussion one more time. It is okay to change your mind.
It's time to knock some things off your bucket list. First up, travel the world. If you've always wanted to visit Hong Kong or vacation in the Swiss Alps and wondered what it was like, well, Jeanette, Evette, and Tina got the scoop for you. These jet-setting divas are always at some fun and exotic place experiencing the best of what life has to offer. And each week, they'll tell you all about it. These ladies are always high-flying loads of fun.
Hi, I'm Jeanette.
I'm Evette.
And I'm Tina, and we are the Jet Setting Divas. Hey, ladies.
Hey, what's going on with everybody?
Nothing much. It's hot, but, that's about it. It's been 100 degree every day.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness, yes, it's been hot. But then nothing else. What's been going on with you guys?
Not much. I saw you went to the Essence Festival. You got back out this year after COVID.
Yeah.
How was it?
Yes. Oh, Essence was actually really good. Very quick trip. I didn't get the full Essence experience, but it was good. Not a lot of people. I think, we've gone before and it's been lots of people.
Wow. The lines weren't. I saw that it looks like you got a haul there. It's so many things. And I know when we had went before, it was hard to get things because the lines were so long.
Yeah. It was still long lines, but not as long. And they've done things a little differently, like the convention center where they have like this whole beauty section. So you're not like walking around looking. So they've actually like dedicated, probably I think where they would normally have like the gospel thing. It's just beauty. So all Black products, all Black, just beauty only, I would just say eyes, nose, face, lips kind of area, creams, honey pot, those kind of area. It was just specifically in one area, which made it really, really good because I think they probably realized the women. And this is what I heard a couple of guys say. This is trick or treat for women.
Yeah, it is. What about the bags? Did you get a lot of bags this year? Walmart used to give out bags, and
Walmart was not there this year.
Okay.
It was they did have bags, but they had Disney, which was really, really different.
So
they had
really
Disney.
Nice.
So they were giving out ears.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they had Disney, which was good, but they didn't have a lot of things that we were used to. I think they had Dove, and they had quite a few different ones. Still had the Coca-Cola, and they gave the cute little bags and had the whole little area in Ford. And also like United Healthcare, and there were those ones, but they didn't give a lot of bags. They gave a lot of I'll say I'll just say one thing that I thought was really unique. Target did customized bags, and I wish I would have brought my bag close. So they actually had a bag with you pick a picture and you could put your name, you could put whatever you want on it.
I saw that.
So they customized your
what
bag.
What did they do? They customized those and they gave them to you right there?
Yeah, so they gave you a little card. So what do you want on the bag? You write your name, you put whatever, hashtags or whatever.
That was cute.
And they immediately, so you had the card, and when you went through, you hand it off, and then they printed exactly what you wanted on the bag, front or back. And that was really neat. I thought that was probably the most unique thing. McDonald's didn't give away. They gave away the little cheesy bag, but they were giving away more food, ice cream, slushy type stuff. The best booth I would have to say was Dove. The Dove. They gave pretty much everything you could imagine in this bag. Shea butter.
I like their hair care product.
A lot of their hair care products and full size. So yeah, that was
okay.
Like full. Like I mean, I don't know.
That's cool.
I don't know if what people were doing that were on planes, but they gave like large jars of everything, and I was like, wow. And then they had Miel, they had lip bars, they had Estee Lauder giving away their $70 little serum thing, but you had to go through a whole, let them look at your skin and see what foundation you wear. You have to go through their whole process in order to get. So they had a lot of more tailored stuff, so it was pretty good. And then I don't know if y'all can see, but we got my Black is Beautiful shirt on. So I got my Black is Beautiful shirt. They were giving away t-shirts, so as opposed to a bag, you got a t-shirt. So that worked out.
What about the concerts?
Cool. Well, I hope the people.
What'd you say, Yvette?
No, I was like, well, I hope the people drove there or checked the bag so they can get their items back home.
Yeah, because I'm telling you, everyone, I mean, even Honey Pot was literally giving you, and I've never tried Honey Pot, but if you've tried Honey Pot, they have the wipes, like they
have feminine products,
the wipes and the panty liners. Oh my gosh. How my niece described it. It's like someone takes a peppermint and they just take a cube and they just blow. That's just how it felt when you use their products. Yeah, it was quite, and they gave you lots of stuff. So, yeah.
Would you say it was good for any guys? Like if you had a guy friend who wanted to go, would you advise him to go to the convention center at the Essence Festival? Was there anything there that was for men?
Yeah, they were, because they were giving away these really cool Peloton hats.
Okay.
They had a lot of, actually, when I think about it, they had a lot of things for guys, in a sense of, different types of jewelry, a lot of products like facial products for men and hair products, beard products, things like that. So they had their own little section. It was very small, but but they had one.
Okay.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, but the concert, I have to say, so I'm gonna give y'all some nuggets. Normally, I always buy tickets way in advance for hotels, because it tends to book up really quickly. But I was able to, the day of, an hour into the show, walk up to the ticket counter, and buy floor seats for cheaper than they were in the nosebleed.
Wow. Sometimes you can do that. So that was who was the spotlights? I saw your videos, and I know we'll post those on our social media. But who was your spotlight? I think I know who it is.
Janet Jackson.
Okay, all right.
I mean, Janet Jackson makes 50 plus. Just
she does.
It's amazing.
She's doing those same routines from the 80s.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, she, we suffer, with all kind of things as you age or whatever. She didn't break a sweat. She did a little, but not a lot. Her Patti LaBelle, I mean, the amazement of their stamina, their skin, their just look. I would have to say Patti LaBelle and Janet Jackson really, really, it reminds you of old times. It wasn't like, they were just sitting down and just singing their songs. They were moving, they were dancing.
Wow.
It was awesome. And
they're used to doing that stuff. They've been doing that stuff, all their lives. So I'm sure, and during times that they have been taking a break and not, moving around and having concerts, I'm sure they are exercising and staying active.
Yeah.
Janet Jackson, I know she has
2 hours
for that.
2 hours. Janet was on the stage from beginning to end, 2 hours. And
was her show different than it was? Because we saw her perform the first time she performed at the Essence Festival. So was this different? Did she have a whole different concert, or how did she do it this time?
It was a little slower pace, I will say. Okay. She usually have a lot of energy and all. She definitely was doing an adult, she wasn't trying to do, some Beyonce or some, Sierra type stuff. She was definitely doing, something, with a lot of movement, but not overexerting movement. But she did every song. And then what was so funny is she's like, all right, bye everyone. And everyone just started leaving, as they normally do at the end of the concert after 2 hours. And she sang Rhythm Nation last. And people was like running back. It was so funny. But it was like, because it was like, I could not believe she would do the whole concert without Rhythm Nation.
Yeah.
So she definitely surprised everyone. I just couldn't believe everybody was leaving, but she said bye, got off the stage, left, and went on. And it was a few minutes, and then she came back with Rhythm Nation.
She might have had a senior moment where
That's what I was saying. I kept on saying, I said, did she forget? They were like, girl,
I gotta go back and do rhythm nation. I didn't even
No, she was tricking everybody. She was tricking them.
Because you know how you get to a certain age and you don't want to be in a crowd. Because it was 80,000 people in what they're now calling is Caesar Palace Superdome. It used to be Mercedes-Benz. Now it's the Caesar Palace, and Caesar has taken over New Orleans. They're Harrah's. They're becoming Caesar Palace. So they actually are building lots of new buildings, lots of new restaurants, not, some of them are renovated, but they like tore down and they're building up. So that was interesting to see around New Orleans.
Okay.
What about the food? What good food did you eat?
Okay, let's see. So
did you have any oysters?
So this is it was that those things were, restaurants, that's where everybody was going. It was unbearable. I was on a 2-hour wait at Drago's to get my charbroiled oysters, which I never got because it took 2.5 hours. And they take your name and they take your phone number, and they were supposed to text me. They never text me. I did kind of like, but so there was a lot of long waits. Good eats. I was kind of in a situation where I couldn't eat a lot of seafood, so go figure. I wasn't with a party that I could do the seafood like I wanted to do it. But they did have, but they were still kind of in that COVID. There are a lot of places where you had to just order the food and take it with you. You couldn't sit down. There were sit down restaurants, but the lines were like crazy. But a lot of the places, we went to Gus Famous Fried Chicken, and Gus, I'd have to say, that was probably one of those cool little places to sit down, but it was like you order to go. Everything was, take it to go. So that was kind of one of those things that a lot of outdoor vendors, a lot of food trucks, a lot of things of that sort, but not a lot of, if you had the time, and it wasn't even like a reservation thing. So a lot of places didn't even take the reservation. You had to literally come up and put your name on a list and come back.
So first come, first serve, basically.
Yeah.
You're gonna be waiting forever to get in.
Yeah. And you would see people, and it was hot. It was actually 80, 82, 83. So it wasn't like extremely hot, but it was long waits, because you think 80,000 people at a concert, that means 100,000 people or better will probably walking around doing a lot of different things. But one thing I did think, stars were a little bit more, celebrities were more approachable. We saw like Guy Tori, and people just walking around, hey, and it's kind of, so people were a little bit more approachable, and more carefree, as opposed to, entourages and a bunch of people around you and not being able to really touch people.
What about the masks? Were they required at the Superdome? Were masks required anywhere?
Masks were not required. I think most people that we saw with masks, they were, because that was their preference to wear masks.
So there was no requirements for masks. And did anybody ask for your COVID vaccination?
Now, so the convention center, as part of their process, you had to go, in essence, go online, register if you're doing it virtual or in person, and you go through check and verify your bags or whatever, and they say, have your COVID card out. Do you have your COVID? So they were asking the question, do you have your COVID card out? The next person is going to check your COVID, but when you get to the next person, it just went on through. Because nobody really checked the COVID, I'll say, but I think it was more of, if you didn't have COVID and they asked that question and said the next person is going to check your COVID, you probably would have got out of line. So it was kind of one of those situations. So you didn't have to present it, but they did ask that you have your COVID vac in the concert and in the convention center.
Okay. What about all those other rooms they used to have? Because, remember, we used to be able to go, they had the main stage, and then they had all those other little rooms you could go through and see a lot of other performances. Do they have that now?
Yeah, they still have the super lounge.
Okay.
They have the super, but I got to tell you, you if you remember those experiences, just standing in those lines again, you still COVID. You had to stand in a line to get in a big room to be packed in with a lot of people to see I didn't really. I saw the line, but I chose to just stay in the main area.
Yeah,
but they were there. They were definitely there. A lot of great surprises, as y'all know. I love Dougie Fresh, and he came out and D Nice. It was really Oh, it was a lot of great surprises out there too. So it
Did
was
you
like people that
see
wasn't on.
the Fugees? Lauren Hill was there. I saw that on the news. Did you see? Were you there
Yeah,
that night?
no, I only did one concert night on
Okay,
Saturday. I didn't do all of them. I think a
maybe
lot
that
of
was
it.
Sunday.
Yeah, a lot of the concerts. But they were, even though they said 80,000, it was still looked like it's, you could have probably walked up and bought tickets.
Wow, that's good to know.
Yeah,
That's good.
That's
That's good
good.
information.
yeah,
Well,
that was
probably
good.
will be next year. Probably will be more people there. They just
Yeah.
because everybody's just kind of getting used to going out. So I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is, and I could see it becoming like because they had actually. I'm gonna tell you something else. They had Essence Wine Bar. They had Essence Wine,
Hmm.
wine experience.
Wow.
And I guess with the evolution, everyone having wineries and their own
Mm-hmm.
wine bottles, all the different wine, black owned wine they had a whole event that, of course, I missed because you had to register in advance in order to
Mm-hmm.
attend. So it was kind of like the convention center. It was at another one of their large venue areas, but you had to have registered to go there, and you get to
Mhm.
see all of the different wine companies. But that was something that I heard was really great.
My aunt,
Okay.
she was actually there. Phyllis Johnson, she was there with her with BD Imports, her coffee business. So she did a talk there, and I think
Yeah.
she talked during the the food and maybe I'm the
Yeah.
food part for
Food
or
and
the
wine,
drink,
yeah.
yeah, the portion
Yeah,
of
it
that.
was like some type of food. It was like a food and
Hmm.
wine experience because
Yeah.
so many people have gotten into their culinary
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
sommelier experiences these days.
Mm. And it looks like everything you had to register for it
Yep.
all. You just couldn't walk up and go to stuff. You had to have
Yeah,
already planned to go and
yeah.
been
They would
registered.
they would definitely, and I think a lot of it was the times that we're in. They did have a lot of metal detectors. So
Mm.
I
Wow,
think that,
that's
yeah,
good
they
too.
have metal detectors out there. So I think that was another piece is
Mm.
those type of breaches and a lot of I'll say
Security.
police
Yeah.
presence there was
That's
there.
good though. That's good. What about pop-up shops? Because we used to go to a lot of pop-up shops over at the different hotels. Did they have any of that stuff going on this year?
Yeah, they had pop-up shops like right before you get in the convention. So
Okay.
so they had like a whole parking lot full of people
Okay.
that were out there that did the pop-up shops. And then you could go in, like, African Pride, I think, was out
Okay.
there, and
Okay.
quite a few different I would say larger brand names, Procter and Gamble. So I think so I call that booth the Dove booth, but it was the Procter and Gamble booth that had
Mm.
like all of these different products.
Yeah.
Would you say Essence Fest is back?
I will say Essence Fest is back. It is
Okay.
back. It is
Uh,
back. And I think that this was great experience to come the first one after COVID because it wasn't a lot of people. I think people are still a little skittish about getting out, but it made the crowd scene way better than I've seen it, these last
mm.
few years.
It looked like it was a lot of people there online. What I not and some of your pictures, but other pictures I saw too online.
Mm.
It looked like to me it was a regular Essence festival. I couldn't tell. You saying that wasn't as many people there, but I couldn't even tell it based on the pictures.
Yeah. Yeah, and I would probably base that over that convention experience. It wasn't so,
It's
clogged
crazy, yeah.
a crowd where you just could not get the
Mm.
items. If you wanted an item, a bag or a product, if you were in the building, you could get it.
That
You
was
could
good
get,
because before pre-COVID, you couldn't get everything. We used to stand in lines
but
for
yeah,
hours. Our feet were
yeah,
hurt. We were standing so long. So
yeah.
if
So
you didn't have
yeah,
to, if they organized that better, that's good.
and I would tell you one good thing they did. So you could actually, I thought My Black is Beautiful probably had the best concept. So
Mm.
when you walk up to My Black is Beautiful, they gave you a wristband that said, "Come back between 12:45 and 1:30." So if and so
That's perfect.
they
Hmm.
kept their lines really short
That's
because if
perfect.
you came in when you walk up, you get a time to come back, not
Mm.
stand in
You got to make an
line.
appointment.
Yeah, so yeah, but
Okay.
they put the wristband directly on you, and you come back during that time period, and
Mm.
literally you just walk through the line. Because
Mm.
so everyone who came during that time period, you're just walking through the line, going through the experience, and you're out. I guess in a matter of less than 5 minutes, 5 6 5 minutes.
Mm.
So that was a good one.
I
hope everybody picked that
I
up.
want to go. I think I might want to return next year, especially when I saw all those products that you got. That was like amazing. I was like, I should have went. I saw all that stuff. I mean, it was just so many. You had a haul.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, you think about carrying all those bags back. My shoulder was hurting, but my I had to say my niece had the best experience. This was her first time ever going to Essence Festival, and she was like in a candy shop. She didn't know what to do, and she said they're giving away full products and full, conditioners and this. I mean, the large amount, and I was like, yeah. So this is pretty.
And they used to give little samples away, but you're saying
the little pack. Yeah. So it was quite an experience. I mean, she was even getting things like they had a big vending machine, with the little claws that pick things up, and they gave you tokens to put in the vending machine, and it was dropping like beautiful lipsticks like TLB and Minted and all these really beautiful. So I do have some on if you can't tell, but the new thing is the nude lip. Nude lips, so they were like selling the whole nude lip concept, and so you can go and just get products. I mean, it was dropping big tubs of shea butter, conditioner. I was like, the vending machine, because usually that claw picks up things and everything falls out, but the way they had these, they were in little balls, so it just picks it up and just drops it into the.
So people that didn't go this year, we've been. I should have sent a bag with you and got you to give me.
Yeah, and I apologize. I wish y'all could have come. It was so impromptu. I literally Saturday morning I said I have nothing to do, and I took the 7, and it was a 6.5 hour drive, and I just drove down there, and that's what I did.
Yeah, looked like you had a good time. Like it was a good trip.
Yeah, it was. I enjoyed it. It was definitely. One of those trips. I'll have to say, I have a matriarch in my family, my oldest aunt, and she is 85. And you don't get to see your family as often. And I did take that time as an opportunity for me, one, take my daughter so she can see her aunt, because when your daughter is saying, I don't remember her. We didn't grow up that way. You knew all your aunts and your cousins and everyone. And, because she hadn't been around them, as much, she couldn't really put the, she could see the pictures, but she just didn't remember her touching her. So we were able to go and get some new fresh stories and things like that. So I thought that was probably the highlight, was being able to stop off and see some family.
Yeah. That's always good.
Yeah.
And that's what I did over my 4th of July weekend. I enjoyed your pictures from the Essence Festival, but I visited with family too in Arkansas.
Yeah. What about you, Yvette?
Oh, I went down to Houston.
Yeah.
So I was just, with family.
Okay. Yeah.
Looked like you and your mom went out and ate at some cool places.
Yeah, we did. We kind of bounced around a little bit and did some stuff.
How was the crowds out there in Houston? Getting out,
it was normal.
And is anybody requiring masks anymore? I know we are in Texas.
Nobody require masks.
Nobody. Okay.
Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, that there's no, it's kind of on your own now, and I know that people are, still, testing positive for COVID, but they have definitely kind of, in a sense, returned to normal. I guess this is our new normal.
Yep.
But ladies, I mean, we definitely, we definitely do a better job for us to plan next year. Essence Festival is definitely for men, but this is our event. This is an event specifically for women, specifically, a lot of empowerment, a lot of opportunities for us to, just kind of get together, fellowship, talk, and just do some girly stuff. Definitely the best festival event for women.
Okay.
Well, I enjoy hearing about that. I didn't get a chance to go this year, but I'm living through you and going. And I definitely enjoy seeing all of that big haul that you got and all those products. And then the customized stuff. I really want to do that next year. If I go to Target and get stuff, I didn't know. I thought maybe you all ordered those or something, but I saw them with your names on them. That was really cool that you can go to Target and get they had a booth where you just customize your products. So
yeah, that was awesome.
Essence is back.
Yeah, and I mean, they had a lot of innovative stuff. Kitchen beauty, even like things that we wouldn't like a kitchen beautician. So they had a whole thing like making your own products. It was a whole little section there. Then they had one about if you were making jewelry or it was almost like an entrepreneurial type piece where they were like not really letting you showcase, but they had people talking about how they made this natural hair product or how they made these oils or creams. Which Jeanette, I know that would be something that great because I know you are in the skincare business, but they had a lot of things promoting vegan and non-animal products types, all natural type things. So giving you the lowdown of what that really means, because some people may use a product and it's maybe animal based, and then so how you can't call that really a vegan or a natural product if you. So
they kind of took you behind the scenes. So next year
in the kitchen,
especially if things stay as they are, I'm looking forward to going next year and getting that big haul and getting to get all those products and see how they're made.
And we gotta drive because I mean you can fly, but you gotta drive. At least have somebody or ship it back because I saw people with so much stuff. I was like, I hope they're in a car.
Yeah. Well, Tina, it was great hearing about the Essence Festival, and it looks like Essence is back.
Essence is back.
And we having a good time. Well, you had a good time, and I can't wait to go next year and have a good time.
Yes. It was great. I love sharing, and I definitely will, post some pictures on our website and our social media pages.
Well, ladies, this is Jeanette.
And I'm Yvette.
And I'm Tina, and we are the Jet Setting Divas.
Tune in next Thursday when the Jet Setting Divas will tell you about another fun destination spot that you'll want to visit. For more on their excursions, log on to ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com.
At Hy-Vee, we take pride of being part of the communities we serve. In 2021, we donated more than 14 million meals, and this year, we're committed to doing even more. For over 90 years, we've been the place that people turn in time of need, and we take that very seriously. That's why we're loading our semis full of food this week and making deliveries across the Midwest to help families this Easter. To join our effort, simply donate when you're at the checkout. Together, we can make a big difference for those in need.
For millions of Americans, the pandemic impacted our financial situations, and a lot of people lost their jobs. But that should not mean you have to lose your house if you can't pay for your mortgage. Listen, no need to feel ashamed if you missed a payment or 2 or 3, because there's a local organization that's willing to help you get caught up on those payments so you can keep your home. Let me tell you about the Minnesota Home Ownership Center. It's a nonprofit whose sole purpose is to prevent you from going into foreclosure. The Minnesota Home Ownership Center has a network of organizations around the state to review everything with you, explain your options, and then advocate for you to get the help you need. And get this, they won't charge you because it's all free. Check out hocmn.org or give them a call at 651-410-1086 to set up an appointment. You worked hard to get into that house. Let Minnesota Home Ownership Center help you stay in it.
All right, did you know I was the Mommy Slam Dunk Champion?
Really?
Yes, really, don't sound so surprised.
Let's see it.
Oh, you're ready. All right, here we go. Let's hear the crowd. So go to right, I go to left, fake a mom. Mama, go up, mama!
She did it.
Again? You can't avoid gravity, but United Healthcare can help you avoid financial surprises by helping you compare costs and doctor quality ratings. United Healthcare.
Uh-huh.